Hello, this is Ray Edwards once again from learncopy.com and webcopywriting.com with another installment of copywriting tips and tricks. In this session, I would like to share with you some website design tips for online marketers. Now, as an internet marketing consultant, I'm often called upon to critique online business websites to try and improve conversion and profits. And so below I've listed, I'm going to list for you some of the important tips on creating a website that really sells. For more detailed treatment of this subject, you might check out my website at yourwebsiteconversion.com. Number one, the first law of website design is to keep it simple. KISS. Make everything as obvious as possible. Speak in your audience's language in a way that they expect. One of the simplest websites and most visited is Google. You ever looked at the Google homepage? It carries out one function. It performs search and queries. And you cannot get any more simpler than that. There are no unnecessary distractions on the Google homepage. 2, don't use fancy graphics and flash introduction just for the sake of looking fancy. Think about what you want to accomplish and cut everything else that doesn't lead to this goal. Don't use the latest technology just to show off. There's no use of having a fancy website if it's not making you any money or whatever other function you want it to perform. So avoid those fancy flash introductions. Number 3, the key points for your navigation system is that it should be simple, consistent, and intuitive. So use conventional symbols as much as possible. Use the same system on all pages throughout the website and make it very obvious to the visitor. Just simple underlined text still works as a link. Number 4, let your navigation system follow an hierarchical structure, much like a filing system on your computer. For example, home, page, fruits, tropical, pineapples. In this way, a visitor can know where they are in relation to the other pages on your website at all times. Number 5, use a headline to define the main message of your page. So make the headline stand out physically from the rest of the page, much like a newspaper headline, with a lot of surrounding white or empty space around. Number 6, use a lot of white space to help break up long text. Reading long chunks of text from a screen can be very tedious on the eyes and lead to visitors clicking away from your website. So keep your paragraphs below maybe 5 lines and don't be a slave to the grammar police. Number 7, be careful of using bandwidth-hungry graphics that could slow down the loading of your web pages, especially on dial-up services, even though they are kind of disappearing. Yet make sure that your graphics are as light as possible and that the pages load under 30 seconds on a dial-up account. You can always use www.netmechanics.com in order to test your website loading time. Number 8, use subheadings in order to help in your communicating your message. Most online readers scan a website before they actually decide to read the entire page. So if your subheadings support your main headline in a logical manner, you are more likely to get your full page read. Number 9, use a font family that is easy to read online. The Verdana font is one of the best for websites. Don't use a great variety of fonts on the same page. A maximum of 3 would work. Remember, be consistent as possible. Number 10, your background should not compete with the message on your website. So any kind of bright fluorescent colors can distract from your text message and be a strain on the visitor's eyes. So you can never go wrong with simple black text against a white background. Number 11, if your website is an information provider, such as in articles and news items or blogs, provide a link for a printable version of your web page. Reading long text from the screen is not as inviting as reading this same information from a paper. Number 12, you may find it necessary to personalize your website by adding your picture and a voice message. This lends credibility to your offer and makes you seem real in the virtual world of the internet. Number 13, provide your physical address and contact information on your main pages. This again will boost your credibility with your visitors. You can also add your phone number and fax number or other contact information as necessary. Number 14, Use the email service associated with your domain name instead of using a free email service such as Hotmail or Yahoo or Gmail. These email services can easily be anonymous and no way of providing the identity of the user. So your domain name is more traceable and your email addresses would seem more official. Number 15, use a paid hosting service instead of a free service to host your website. I mean, why appear cheap to your visitors? Most free hosting accounts also have too many restrictions to be used as a business hosting anyway. Number 16, provide an about page. Here you can give your details about yourself and the business and a short mission statement for your website or business. Number 17, include a privacy statement and legal disclaimers, especially if you sell a money-making product and collect visitors' information, which you should be doing anyway because the law requires it. You can always get a free website privacy statement from www.trustee.org. Number 18, use a secure server to process all payments. With the scale of using credit card online, because of all those database theft stories, it behooves you to provide a secure payment page. It will help if you also tell the customer that his or her information is secure and will not be available to anyone else. If you follow these tips, you will see an increase in traffic and profit from your website.